Assembly Bill 1599 gives California voters the opportunity to repeal Proposition 47. Passed in 2014, Prop 47 was billed the Safe Neighborhood and Schools Act. The initiative was supposedly going to lower California's prison population while allowing the judicial system to focus on more serious crimes. But what we've now seen 7 years later is that our communities are less safe than ever. Prop 47, when it was introduced, when it was proposed, was nearly universally opposed by law enforcement. And the reasons became clear soon after its passage. In 2015, the year after Prop 47 passed, the LA Times reported that, quote, law enforcement officials and others have blamed Prop 47 for allowing repeat offenders to continue breaking the law with little consequence. A separate piece in the Times from 2015 reported that in the city of Los Angeles, property crimes such as burglaries and motor vehicle thefts have risen 10.9% compared with the same period last year. Violent crimes such as aggregated assaults and robberies has soared 20.6%. Mayor Eric Garcetti, who was mayor at the time, told the Times that those increases may be linked to Prop 47. In May of 2016, the Associated Press reported large retailers, including Safeway, Target, Rite Aid, and CVS pharmacies, say shoplifting increased at least 15% and in some cases doubled since voters approved Prop 47. A 2018 study from the Public Policy Institute of California found that Prop 47 led to a spike in cases of larceny and motor vehicle theft. Describing that study, the LA Times reported that California voters' decision to reduce penalties for drug and property crimes in 2014 contributed to a jump in car burglaries, shoplifting, and other theft. Larcenies jumped in California as they declined elsewhere. We also saw a marked decline in participation in drug courts, drug treatment, owing to the lack of leverage that prosecutors now had to encourage offenders to sign up for treatment. Over time, the situation has continued to worsen and has reached a breaking point in recent months. Los Angeles, San Francisco, and other major cities have recently been stricken by large-scale organized retail thefts, resulting in $19 million worth of merchandise being stolen. A spokesperson for Target, Amy Tu, said in a statement, for the last few months, we've been experiencing a significant and alarming rise in theft and security incidents at our San Francisco stores, similar to reports from other retailers in the area. In the last year, train company officials at Union Pacific released data showing a 160% year-over-year increase in theft along their lines, blaming the spike on changes to how low-level offenses are prosecuted. Taking in the scene, Gavin Newsom said that it looked like a third-world country. Part of the problem is that retailers often, at this point, just avoid confrontations with shoplifters or don't even file police reports because they know that nothing is likely to happen if they do. So this has created a total breakdown in the rule of law, a system where criminals feel wholly free to act outside of the law without fear of legal consequences. We've all seen videos of what happens. There was one that went viral recently where in San Francisco Walgreens, a man just casually loads his bicycle with a bag full of stolen goods and is barely even bothered as he rides out, as he walks out the door. It is simply not fair to law-abiding Californians who deserve communities that are safe. Safe to live in, safe to work in, safe to shop in, safe for their kids to grow up in. And it's also not fair to the offenders themselves, who are deprived of the treatment and rehabilitation needed to turn their lives around. If we are going to do criminal justice reform, it needs to be done in a smart, strategic, evidence-based way. Prop 47 was the opposite, a blind and sweeping decriminalization, which took a hatchet to our penal code and imperiled our citizenry. Californians are unwilling to tolerate this any longer. According to a poll by UC Berkeley's Institute of Governmental Studies, 78% of respondents feel that crime is increasing in California. And by a 2-to-1 margin, California voters favor changes to Prop 47. Even our Attorney General, Rob Bonta, said that some folks are wondering if there is causation between these propositions, referring to 47 and 57, and what we're seeing today, and Attorney General Bonta said that yes, there may be. He said he backs changes to address unintended consequences and to keep people safe. Now, I served with Mr. Bonta for several years in this legislature. We are not exactly in lockstep on issues of public safety and criminal justice, pretty much diametrically opposed different voting records. But at the point at which both of us are saying there needs to be changes, I think that is a very good reason for this committee to advance this bill today. And in fact, by voting in favor of this measure, you're not even saying that you want to necessarily get rid of Prop 47. All you're saying is that you want to let the voters decide. That is what this measure does. As George Skelton wrote in the LA Times, Prop 47 should be returned to the voters in exchange for a product that works better for everyone.